Welcome to Montreal, a city that blends European charm with North American vibrance. Known for its historic architecture, bustling art scene, and diverse culture, Montreal is truly a city with something for everyone. In this vlog, I'll be taking you through its charming cobblestone streets, exploring famous landmarks, and finding the best places to eat all in one day. Hi everyone, greetings from Montreal. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I did a fall road trip to Vermont and New Hampshire, and I decided to drive up north because Montreal is actually not that far from Vermont and I've never been to this part of Canada, so I decided to do a little road trip. Now I'm only here for one day, so I'm gonna make the most of my time in 24 hours. I'm starting out the day in Montreal, and Montreal actually looks quite like France. It is the old part of the city and a lot of charming and historical streets and buildings. Montreal is the historic heart of Montreal and dates back to the 17th century. It's known for its charming cobblestone streets, preserved colonial architecture, and the sense of the European flair it brings. Love pedestrian-only zones. I'm here in Place des Armes, which is Montreal's most famous public square, and it's surrounded by historic buildings and shops. The streets are pretty quiet right now as it is the morning, but I'm glad to have this place to myself as of now. Walk down to the Eau Port area and there's a bunch of food trucks, even a Ferris wheel. The Eau Port was once Montreal's primary port, but now has been revitalized as a cultural hub, and you can even walk along the waterfront and enjoy views of the river. Next, I'm heading to one of the city's most iconic landmarks, which is the Notre Basilica, and this was originally built in 1824. The interior of the basilica is absolutely stunning, and it's famous for its rich and vibrant colors. The ceiling is painted with stars, which creates a celestial feel that contrasts beautifully with the ornate altar and sanctuary. This basilica has been the site of several significant events, including the wedding of Celine Dion. Next, I walked over to this famous coffee shop called Crew Cafe, but unfortunately it was closed for renovations for about a week, but you should definitely check it out for yourself. It looks like I have to get my coffee elsewhere, so heading out of Old Montreal and getting on the subway to go to another part of town. I got their public transit card, which is called the Opus card, and it was pretty easy navigating. There are so many cute parks and cafes in Montreal, and since I'm a little short on time, I decided to combine both and found this cute little coffee shop in a park. This is so soft and fresh. I mean, we're basically in Paris. This small yet charming park is called Parc Saint Louis, and it's known for its tree-lined paths and benches. There are so many different fun neighborhoods in Montreal, so after finishing my delicious croissant and coffee, I realized that I was kind of near one of the most famous places for poutine. It's about a 20-minute walk, so walking from that park to a poutine shop, and I don't even know what neighborhood exactly this is, but it's just so beautiful to walk around. So I was looking up places to eat in Montreal, and this one popped up as it had 17,000 reviews, so I figured I had to go try it out for myself. Some online reviews said this was a tourist trap, but I thought it was pretty good, and it's also vegetarian friendly because the gravy isn't meat-based. I'm not a poutine connoisseur, but I thought it was pretty good. Heading to a famous bagel shop here in Montreal, and apparently Montreal is known for their bagels based on all these bagel shops I'm seeing, but this one had so many reviews and everyone said it was so good, so I had to go check it out. Basically, my one day in Montreal is turning out into just a food tour, which I expected to happen. So the bagel place only takes cash, and didn't know that until I got there, so I had to go find an ATM to get these bagels. These bagels better be worth it because it's a trek. Apparently, this bagel shop is a Montreal institution, and it's been open since 1957 and was founded by this Polish immigrant. Felt so silly getting cash because they have an ATM inside. Okay, honestly, New York ones are better, but I mean, it's still good to try it out since there was so much hype about it. And apparently Montreal bagels are smaller. Honestly, the bagel was kind of but I'm so glad I've ventured out here because this neighborhood is super cute. There's a bunch of shops, murals, boutiques, but yeah. So another shop caught my eye, and they're known for their brownie and cookie desserts. And funny enough, a video for this shop popped up on my TikTok a few days ago, so I had to try it out. The matcha was delicious, but the red velvet was just okay. It literally felt like I just spent all day eating, but it is dinner time and I did have a restaurant saved on my Montreal bucket list, and it's called Bar George. Bar George is a beautiful restaurant that combines British-inspired cuisine in a historic setting. It's housed in a heritage building with ornate wood paneling, stained glass windows, and lavish Victorian decor. The food was so flavorful, and I love how intimate and cozy it feels. It's such a great place to end a fun day in Montreal. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.